The reality is I'm not the authority on grandparenting. God's word is. And so I think any faithful pastor opens up the Bible and says, here's what God says on this topic or any subject.
Well, if you guys are watching this on video, you might be looking at Josh and you're probably thinking, what in the world is this young guy doing talking to us about grandparents? And you also might be thinking, I'm not a grandparent, so I don't need to listen to this. Well, it's likely that your kids have grandparents and you probably have grandparents and you're one day going to be a grandparent. And so this episode is for you, but it's also maybe for your parents to listen to. We are going to talk about the importance of grandparents in the lives of our kids. And it really is an important role that they have. And so, Josh, maybe just give us a little bit of background on why you are kind of an authority, even though you're not a grandparent yet. What gives you the right to be here talking to us about grandparents?
Yes. Well, the easy answer is the Bible. I was pastor for about 20 years, and partway through my pastoral ministry, I realized the importance of the home in the discipleship of children, and decided, I think this is a pretty big passion of mine. I want to do this well as a shepherd. So I went back to get a PhD in family ministry for the purpose of equipping parents to disciple children. And then in that process, I read something on grandparenting, can't remember exactly where, but I approached my professors and I said, I assume there's got to be like this mountain of stuff on Christian grandparenting. Can you point me to it? Because, there is with parenting. And they basically said, we're unaware of that. Why don't you do some research and come back? And I found 7 books, mostly self-published and on prayer, and then 1 DVD series. And I couldn't find a single church that I could find that was equipping grandparents. And so I spent many years just studying what the Bible said from cover to cover on grandparenting, and wrote about it. And God used that in pretty considerable ways. There's a 7-book series out on grandparenting that has my name on it, which still is like,
nice.
There's some unexpected things in life, and that's one of them. But how that happened, I went on Family Life, and Dennis Rainey leaned over during a break and said, Josh, I'm going to let everybody know about your book on grandparenting after the break. What's the title? And I said, I don't have a book, Dennis. And he said, well, you have 3 minutes to give me a title, and you have 7 weeks to get it in print. And so that's how the first one came out, and then it just kind of rolled from there. But, the reality is I'm not the authority on grandparenting. God's word is. And so I think any faithful pastor opens up the Bible and says, here's what God says on this topic or any subject. And surprisingly, nobody had done that on grandparenting to the degree that I did, just a biblical theology of. And so God's used that. And I joke sometimes that God spoke through a donkey, so he could speak through me. So here we go, giddy up.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.